Good morning, YouTube. This is Don V with Truth Be Told, and we have a couple of reports we'd like to share with you. One of them, unfortunately, is a little over a week old. Just barely ran across it. Thought it was interesting to note, so we'll bring it up to you and show you if you haven't heard already. Before I move to that, please remember to subscribe. Over 90% of the people who are my viewers who watch my videos are not subscribers, and I don't do this for the money. It's completely free. Whether I show this on Rumble or YouTube or BitChute, it doesn't cost a cent. I appreciate your subscription and share the word. It's all about getting this word out to the people. At any rate, without ado, let's move to it. It says, breaking news, China fires nuclear-capable missile directly over Sydney, Australia. Now, if they'd have did that here, they'd have probably had about 100 missiles headed their way. And I can't believe Australia held such restraint. It says, the bad relations between China and Australia took an unbelievable turn this week when China fired a Long March 38 nuclear-capable missile directly over Sydney, Australia. Video of the missile flying over Australia appears below. Here's a photo of the image of an actual Long March 38 missile in China. Look at that. It's a larger missile in China's inventory, as shown below. Generally suited to launch space satellites, the firing of this missile directly over Sydney was clearly meant to intimidate Australia and comes on the heels of the announcement by Australia, the UK, and US of a new submarine program which will see Australia equipped with nuclear-propelled submarines. Had China merely intended to test a missile, it would have achieved space orbit long before ever reaching Australia. The fact that it kept its relatively low altitude from launch inside China all the way to Australia so it could be seen over Sydney is proof that China meant it to intimidate. China seems to be sending a message to Australia, and in this game the message needs to be sent back. Here's what the people on the ground in Sydney, Australia saw in the night sky. Look at that. Oh my word. Here, I'll give it a play here. Oh, these big. All these. Look at all these. All these. What the hell is that? Still there? It's still there.
Wait, no.
Look at this. I don't know. Wow. Wow, wow. That's just crazy. The object, identified as a Long March 38 rocket, reportedly launched from the Xicheng Satellite Launch Center in China at around 6:20 p.m. Monday. U.S. massive military refueling tankers. This could be why last night word reached our ear that the U.S. military has suddenly begun significant massing of the KC-135 military in-flight refueling tankers on the U.S. West Coast. In fact, we have received reports from eyewitnesses who say 20 of these planes took off in the morning, were up all day, and returned at night. So we researched that, and sure enough, it took place from Fairchild Air Force Base yesterday, September 29th. The photos are not Photoshopped. These are actual unedited and unaltered photos. Wow, look at that. And there they are, airborne. If you think that is impressive, consider this. These 20 jets were launched in 4 minutes using a 12-second minimum interval takeoff, MITO. For those unfamiliar, that's Cold War inbound ICBM, maybe even SLBM timing, which sends a powerful message. With this kind of military in-flight refueling capability being positioned on the U.S. West Coast, one might get the idea that some big military operation is being readied. Incursion into North Korea. Then, too, yesterday evening it appeared that at least 4 U.S. military aircraft took off from the base in South Korea and flew directly and deliberately into North Korea airspace. Finally, we are also informed the U.S. Navy has a major buildup of forces in the Philippines, including more than one aircraft carrier strike group. Things are suddenly looking not so peaceful in the Pacific. Alright guys, this was reported on September 30th. So, not good, not good. Alright, moving on. Says, is China preparing for war? Top-selling movie in China commissioned by the CCP depicts the U.S. as its enemy. Is this a war cry or only propaganda film to paint the U.S. as its enemy? The American Military News reports. A new record-setting 200 million Chinese war movie commissioned by the ruling Chinese Communist Party depicts the Korean War battle of Chosin Reservoir as a key victory for the Chinese forces that fought against the U.S. and the United Nations despite suffering major losses. The nearly 3-hour-long movie, Battle of Lake Changjin, the Chinese name for the Battle of Chosin Reservoir, released September 30th, tells the story of the battle from the Chinese perspective, while the U.S. views the battle as a successful flight to break through one encirclement by a larger Chinese force that suffered heavier casualties, the Communist News Network reported. China sees the battle as its most critical victory during the war and refers to it as the war to resist American aggression and aid Korea. CNN also reported the new movie is the most expensive film made in China to date, with a budget of 1.3 billion won, about 200 million. The movie trailer is as follows. I'm not playing it. The movie comes as China's economy is falling apart, and immediately following China's dropping COVID, which impacted the entire world, causing millions of deaths and trillions in losses. China also has taken over Hong Kong and is harassing Taiwan almost daily, threatening an invasion and taking over the island state. Is China preparing for war? Good question. China wouldn't be preparing for anything if it wasn't for people like JB, Flashbang, Camel Toe, and the rest of the traitors in Congress and in the Senate. They wouldn't have this technology thanks to Barack and Bill Clinton and a few other of these scumbags. At any rate, we can thank our lucky stars, thank God Almighty, that He's in charge. Things are only going to get ugly before they get better. Just keep on your knees in prayer. Know that He's moving in the background. I listen to Kat Kerr, Hank Kuhneman, Timothy Dixon, Donna Rigney, and several others, and are all singing in one accords that DJT 45. Any rate, we all know. Hope everybody has a wonderful Tuesday. This is Don V broadcasting out of Arizona under cloudy skies. Windy, partly cloudy skies. Look like we're going to be 49 or so today. Hope everybody has a wonderful Tuesday, and we are out of here.